Now to Venezuela, where the country is marking Independence Day. But for many, there is little to celebrate. A new UN report says President Nicolas Maduro's government is using torture and murder to silence its critics, as Aarti explains.
A grand military parade and a speech from President Nicolas Maduro to rally support in the midst of a deepening political and economic crisis. Elsewhere, protests led by opposition leader Juan Guaido, fueled by long-standing grievances against Maduro and by a new UN report detailing police and military brutality against political opponents. Today, the UN human rights chief delivered a blistering critique on Maduro's regime. Nearly 7,000 Venezuelans have been killed during security operations in the past 18 months. Many constituted executions.
My office has also documented excessive use of force in the context of security operations by the Special Action Forces, with multiple killings mainly of young men. Many could constitute extrajudicial killings and should be fully investigated.
She says security forces routinely sent death squads to murder young men. Thousands more detained for political reasons have been tortured and sexually abused.
It makes it absolutely clear that there is a full-blown human rights crisis that has been unfolding in Venezuela.
Amnesty International Canada says the UN report is a start, but further steps need to be taken.
We, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, many other organizations in Venezuela have called for is that states need to convene at the UN a commission of inquiry that will have real powers to carry out probing investigations to truly get at the heart of this human rights crisis and, importantly, identify who needs to be held accountable.
Venezuela's deputy foreign minister calls the report biased and distorted. Meanwhile, today in the U.S., the Secretary of State reaffirmed support for the opposition leader and for Venezuelans yearning for a return to democracy. Aarti, CBC News, Washington.